got ghouls. Look at how beautiful that transition was. It's like we were dancing or something. Ooh, you got this chair's nice and warm. What's wrong? You put in the corner? Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Well, look who's here. Just want to show up once in a blue moon.
Nope, not first in my book. You came up second. Where's
Smoking
another
Reptile, where you been?
There's another one.
What's up, Mark?
What's up?
I'm awake. Shit.
She's working now, right?
Yeah, she's a working woman now. Andy's backyard and shop.
For having here.
How come, like, Andy's and Smoking Reptile, Hope, they show up for your live stream, but they don't come to the Saturday one for me?
No, not for long. Gotta go to bed soon.
We've been house hunting. I'm going to be able to have my own little hobby farm
homestead, whatever you want to call it.
Smoking Reptile, come this way.
Because she's much better looking. Seriously, Josh! God. Oh.
I knew my boy would hook me up. All the rest of you, slackers.
I wanted to be there Saturday, but I didn't get home till after 10 last night.
That just hurt my feelings, that's all.
I really wish that brown duck made it.
See, haggis isn't too bad. I'm telling you, how bad could it be?
It's not about how bad it would taste. You just would not be able to tell me what it was. If y'all had not told me what it actually was and said, Robin, here, try this, I probably would have liked it. But now I will never try it. Like, my stomach is now cramping because he said haggis.
What do you think is in salami?
Shut up! Shut up. I already had to hear about hot dogs. Boo.
Hot dogs are just lips and buttholes.
Do y'all have an answer to that question? The argument about two Megans. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
I think it's still
I would think it would still be called the beef.
Hello from Seattle, Washington. Hello.
That's awesome. Hello, Kathleen.
How is, what was that guy's name up there in Washington? Yosh.
Oh, I don't know his name.
Dobbs. Mike Dobbs, no. Jeff Dobbs.
Who? No.
Yes.
No.
Me and Ledessa used to watch him all the time.
Mick
Dodge.
Yeah, Dobbs. What are you talking about?
Mick Dodge.
There. Oh, come on, y'all.
Love you, Kiwi. Is there an oil for haggis?
Yep. The kind that you can put on it and then light that stuff on fire so you can get it out of my house. It's called Jameson. Yeah. Jameson's pretty good. We have some Jameson that's called the Caskmates. The one we have is the stout, and it's really good.
I don't think that's right now. That's exactly where she's thinking about putting that oil.
I'm good. I'm lost. What is that? Stop!
You know, it's not as... I mean, you're getting wigged out by that, but, you know, it's no different than when my dad was working at Mrs. Smith.
Jason, stop!
That's why he don't eat pumpkin pie no more. About drinking what?
I have no idea.
What does it
Live
say?
egg. No idea if she spelled that wrong or If
I mean, it is Hope.
something-
You can't really trust her spelling sometimes.
I think I
She
wanna
just learned
hear
how to
this.
read.
Well, Kitty was so kind to tell us what it was the first time.
It's just...
No, wasn't it winter? Maybe it was winter. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's the organs of a sheep. The kidneys, the liver, the heart, probably the pancreas. They grind it all up, stick it in the stomach of the sheep.
Ah, it's a 10-year-old Scotch. Gotcha. Oh, yeah, I
And then they
think it
boil
was
it.
winter. Because she was telling us that it's illegal to sell in America.
Yeah.
And then she proceeded to tell us exactly what it was. Farm All Fanatic. That's a new one.
That's a new one.
Well, hello.
Welcome to the Boyle Show.
Oh, I can do Scotch.
Scotch.
God, y'all, I mean, seriously, y'all got my stomach all in a knot.
That's the peppermint.
And I was going to eat egg rolls and Chinese dumplings for dinner.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much the same thing.
Shut your hole. Oh, I just got...
What did you do?
I got peppermint on my nose. There, come it.
Must suck.
I'm going to put it on something of yours in a second.
According to some...
Just think about poop. Man, y'all had me going with that last night. Y'all started talking about, oh, that burns.
Oh, I got a rant.
Hey, wait, stop. Bee Lady's in here.
Hey,
Tell her
Billy.
she needs to contact you about the trap.
I think you just did.
Yep, my food poops on your food. That's exactly. We were talking about that last night.
So, I got a little bit of a rant.
Go ahead.
Carol and Ladessa, they have their own money.
Oh.
And so, we let them buy things with their money. But we also make them count out their change to make sure they got the right change. Well, cashier messed up. Gave back like a nickel too much. So we went back to give the nickel back.
Nickel back.
Are we having haggis for dinner? And do you know that they acted like we were in the wrong for bringing the money back? They were like, well, why didn't you just keep it? I'm trying to teach my children to be honest. If they kept it, that would be stealing.
That's only 5 cents.
Yeah.
It's not about that. No, it wasn't Walmart.
It was Home Depot.
Home Depot. Which, and the funny thing is that Home Depot is usually spot on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, it's very obvious to say that my children left there being very confused.
Okay, but Bee Lady, we need you to contact us because we have questions about the trap that you ordered. So if you can email us or email us your phone number or hit us up on Skype or Google Hangouts, we need to talk to you because we have some questions to be able to set the trap up right for you before we send it to you.
Right.
So
I want to know if you want us to put an anchoring system on it. And if you do, then we need to find out. Well, they're up there in New York, so the bullet should work. But I want to make sure...
that's where she said.
That's what you want, because I don't know if you want the loop around, because Mr. B was a trapper, so he may want to set it up
his own way.
his own way.
Hey, Steph, what's up?
So, but yeah, I was very disappointed in that, and there must have been.
Yeah. You better run it by the hubby. He's the trapper.
Yeah.
So he's going to need to get a hold of Jason so they can figure it out.
Yeah. And then we went to have lunch at the Olive Garden for their soup and salad. And I was very disappointed in our
service was horrible.
Service was horrible. But I think you can go now. You've been killing time for 10 minutes.
Yes. Okay. So rather than do a specific oil, because we've been doing that for a while, I wanted to kind of open it up and talk about like practical uses, everyday uses of essential oils. Like we always talk about, there's one specific oil and it's good for this, 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 and this. But we don't really talk about, you know, how do we actually use these? Where do we put them? What do we use them for? So I'm going to ask everybody, how many of you guys use lemon oil? And if you use lemon oil, what do you use it for? What are some uses around your house that you use lemon oil for? Excuse me. There you go. In my water, okay. Air freshener, alright. Hands up, mopping. In water, cleaning, yep. Cleaning. In my tea, I put it on my chest to help my sinuses. In my water. So a lot of people ingest this. Now my question is, do you use it for a specific reason, or you just use it for flavoring? Like some people use it specifically for something. So there we go. Cleaning, water, tea, seasonal support. I see lemon oil used in recipes, but wonder, is that okay? Does it give it a lemon taste? Yes.
Good question.
Smells in shower with eucalyptus to get pepped up. There you go.
Now with B Lady's question, I think you need to be a little bit more specific because of how dangerous some of them other oils are.
Right. So the thing is that with essential oils, you have to be careful about the purity of the oil. You don't want to take something that you bought from Walmart and cook with it. You want something that's got the company has a good reputation for having a good purity level. So that's a big thing. The other thing is with lemon, lemon's pretty potent too, as far as taste goes. I know some people, I think Kitty makes lemon bars with lemon oil. There's a lot of people that I know that cook with lemon oil. Especially if they don't have any lemon like lying around for a particular recipe, they'll use just a little bit of lemon oil. Let's see. So I think somebody needs to...
No. What's in the drawer?
So we've got smells, put it in the shower with eucalyptus to get pepped up, definitely. Detoxing the liver. So lemon is a diuretic, so that definitely helps to clean the liver and the kidneys. Lemon and lavender to help me fall asleep. Now that's interesting because lemon isn't normally a sedative, so, but if it's a pleasant smell to you, then, you know, by all means it would work. I haven't made lemon bars in ages. 1 drop is enough for a glass of water or tea. That's exactly right. So you don't need a whole lot. So yeah, here we go on a Sunday night. Well, I don't know. I don't think y'all can hear it, but our pigs are raising all kinds of craziness over there, and so we can hear them squealing. And they were doing it earlier, but Carol was over there checking their water, so Carol had put eyes on them and everything was okay. But Ladessa, or Carol just came back and she's not over there with them, so we don't know if they're fighting over something or whatever's going on. So anyway, I need to change this. I do not like this top chat stuff. Let's see. Yeah, before Jason went out, so. Last week was a snake in the pond. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard him shoot yet, so I'm just wondering if they were fighting by the water trough or something. I don't know. We'll find out, though. I'm sure he'll come back and tell us. No, I usually, actually, Teresa, I usually come on at 7. But because we were out running and doing all of our stuff for our recipes, we didn't get back in time for 7, so we did 7:30 instead. Hey, Suburban, what's up? Okay, so lemon is a very good practical oil to have on hand for several different reasons. Definitely for as far as a detoxifier. Another really cool use for, everybody said, a lot of people said cleaning, but lemon is actually a degreaser. Lemon oil is a degreaser. You can take it and with just a little bit of water. My stovetop gets really, really nasty with Carol cooking. Like, a lot of times she just makes a huge mess. And then what ends up happening is she'll half wipe it down. And then it'll get cooked on. And so what I'll have her do, yeah, it is better than any Gooby Gone. You can literally just put a drop or two of oil, a little bit of water, and just let it sit for a little bit, just a little bit of time. And then you can come back to it, and I mean, barely any elbow grease. It'll just come right up. So that's really nice. I've also heard of people using it on clothing to get grease stains out of clothing. So that's another possibility. Okay, I tried mixing lemon in the soapy water when I cleaned my canning jars. They came out really clean. There you go. Suburban, I'll have to check it. He's actually out in the, he's out in the pig pen right now. Alright, bye Josh. Thanks for coming by and visiting. We appreciate it. Rebecca, you're just not right. I love you. I love you. I really wish we'd have been able to go up there this weekend. It was crazy busy with everything that we had to do this weekend. And I still feel like we didn't get it all done. I have 2 rows. That's what I'm going to be doing during The Walking Dead, is I've got 2 rows to crochet. Because Saturday morning, I didn't get a chance to do it. Saturday morning was crazy. I had to work. And so Saturday morning, I got up early and took my bath and started to work on, because we have the blog that we posted. So we did that. I did it, almost got it all completely done. And then I looked down at the clock and realized I had like 15 minutes to get down to work. I was like, crap. So I did that, and that was something that was only supposed to take like 20 minutes, and it took an hour and a half, which was crazy. Then I came back, and by the time I came back, it was like we needed to go run. And that was another thing. I don't know how many of y'all raise pigs, but if you have a local bakery shop or a bread shop, a lot of times they'll have expired bread in the back, and you can get that for pretty super cheap to be able to use. And then the cool thing about the store that we went to is it's not just buns. It's like there'll be cinnamon raisin bread, there will be oat bread, multigrain bread. So it's a variety of stuff. So that was pretty cool. And then that way, right now anyway, we're able to thin out the feed just a little bit, because that's killing us with not having the truck right now. It's really, really, really rough. So anyway. Alright, so back to oils. So lemon's also really good for degreaser. It's good for cleaning. It's good for air purifying, because it kills the bacteria in the air. So that's a good one to diffuse as well. It's good to cook with. You can do, I did chicken piccata with it like 2 weeks ago. It was very good. Well, what was it? Are they breeding?
Spring.
Yeah, that's what I figured it was. I was thinking that had to be what it was, because that sounded a little familiar.
Springtime.
Yeah, so stop. So anyway, yeah, love you, Debbie. I just put it in my water. Yeah, it's good for a variety of things. Okay, let's pick another oil. What's another one?
Patchouli.
We don't use patchouli that often.
Mm-hmm.
How about
wintergreen?
All right, here's another good one that's a practical one. How about lavender?
That's a cheese ball one.
Well, I want to see how many different things people can come up with for things like that. So how about lavender? What all can you use lavender for? Ginger tea, lemon oil, and local honey. Yeah, that's good. Let's talk about lavender, and then we'll do peppermint next. I use it on burns, definitely. It's good on sunburn. It's good on a regular, like a oven burn. On the sheets for sleep, relaxation, anxiety. So a lot of people use it to calm down, to control frizzy hair. Now that one I have never heard. Great for bumps and bruises. Definitely bruises. I don't know how many people y'all know that, but it's really good for bruises too. It's good for sleep. Hide body odor. Sleep and just to make stuff smell good. Okay. Hide body odor. Yep. A lot of people put it in, if they make homemade deodorant, they put it in homemade deodorant. You can also put it in your laundry pods. If you're
Don't say laundry pods. Demonetized.
If you're making laundry stuff, you can do that. Right, dry skin like eczema, you can do it in that. Used in the laundry in place of dryer sheets, okay. Bubble bath, absolutely. For some reason, lavender doesn't relax me or help me sleep. Orange does, which is crazy, B-Lady, but it happens. Because orange is, one of those that's kind of weird. Lavender, for the most part, helps people. So, but not everybody. Is it, Kitty, you're the one that doesn't make you sleep, right?
I use it on acne.
Yeah, you're lying.
Mm-hmm.
You're just going through everything. So, yeah, lavender
Anxiety.
works. Stop. You're
cheating.
cheating.
Part of the class.
But you're cheating.
I'm
Yeah,
being
see, so
resourceful.
Kitty can't use lavender for sleep either. Because it does not do now, but it can help relax.
Headaches. We use it for headaches.
Right, so lavender's a good one for headaches. That's true. With lavender, you can use, and that's the thing. Lavender is an anti-inflammatory, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, what happens, and it's also another really cool thing, with lavender.
Huh.
What?
You can use it for lice.
There's a couple of oils you can.
Migraines, muscle pain, stiffness.
What helps with fleas on dogs? We've not found any that work for us. Now somebody else might have but we got hit really bad with fleas. Like that year that we had the fleas,
Athlete's foot.
the doctor said that nothing was working for anybody, and that was pharmaceutical stuff. So, I love the orange and use it on the bottom of my feet. There you go. Yep.
Flagellants.
B-Lady, have you ever tried bergamot? Because that might be another one that's really good for a calming, sedative-ish kind of effect. Use lavender, peppermint, and frankincense. Yes, for migraines. That's a good one. Another thing you can do, lavender, lemon, and peppermint for headaches. You can also use it
For childbirth.
Lavender?
For childbirth, yep.
Right, for because that makes sense. Calming. It's also good for pain. So.
It says here you can use it on your chinchillas.
No, it doesn't.
Chinchillas?
No, that's not what that says.
What's that say?
I have no idea, but it's not chinchilla.
Chinchillas. If you don't know what it says, then how you know it ain't chinchillas?
Because I know how to spell chinchilla. I'm sorry you don't.
You can use it to help cure the whooping cough?
So it says that vetiver can help. Kitty says vetiver can help with some sleep too. Yes, we love vetiver at our place. Yes, lavender, lemon, and peppermint is good for allergies. The frankincense is the one that's good for headaches. So lavender, peppermint, and frankincense for headaches. Lemon, lavender, and peppermint for allergies.
Your book here says that lavender's good for headaches too.
Yes, it is.
But
It's
this
good.
also says that this can do for whooping cough.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool because whooping cough is making a comeback.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sunburn.
Very cool.
Summertime's coming up.
Right.
Sunburn.
Sunburn is really good for sunburn. We've used it on, I don't know if y'all remember last year, there was one time Jason had it. Remember you had taken your shirt off and your whole back was just covered beet red. He was like singed. And we put lavender on it and that helped a lot. Yeah, so lavender is an antihistamine, a natural antihistamine. So it helps a lot with allergies. The peppermint's an anti-inflammatory. So all of the stuff that gets inflamed from allergies, it helps to open that up. So that's why the lemon, lavender, and peppermint work really good for an allergy situation.
And asthma. The book says asthma.
Right. So again, it's helping to relax stuff, open stuff up to be able to, What?
It also says insect repellent.
Yes, that's what Kitty was saying that. She said that lavender is good for some garden pests as well. Okay. So I'm trying to think if there's any other weird things for lavender.
Let's see, stretch marks, scabies.
Peppermint and eucalyptus. Yes, peppermint and eucalyptus works great for asthma because it opens everything up.
Boils, bruises, burns.
Hey, Rocky Brook. I saw another name up here that I hadn't seen in a while. Who was that? Mrs. Old Camp Ranch. That sounds like a new one. Is that?
That's a new one.
Yeah. Well, welcome. If it's not a new one, I'm sorry. Maybe a bunch of people change their names sometimes, so sometimes I miss that. Okay. So let's talk. What was the other one? Yes, new. Cool. Welcome. Let's see. What was the next one? Everyone want to talk about peppermint next, right? So peppermint. Add a few drops of lavender. Okay, so here's an interesting thing. Steph, I don't know what your thought is on this, but there has been some discussion back and forth about putting oils in with Epsom salts to be able to put into a bath. There's some argument that it doesn't mix well or doesn't do well. I've never had any problems.
I was going to say, we do it all the time.
We do it all the time. I'm just curious if anybody else has ever done any research on that.
You remember when you guys tried to hook me up with that peppermint bath?
It's peppermint and eucalyptus at the same time. It was so bad. It wasn't the peppermint that got you. I'm convinced it was the eucalyptus.
No, it was the peppermint because Carol put
hear me out.
daggone bottle
No, it
in
wasn't that. It was the eucalyptus that she put because what happened is there's no orifice reducer in that bottle. Those bottles were the stuff that we got from Tammy in Australia.
Yeah, where's she been? I haven't seen her.
Time difference and working and stuff. But anyway, I think she just went bloop and it was everywhere. So
I know I was cold.
Can Clary Calm be used on a person with seizures? I believe so. Kitty. I think we looked this up already.
You want your other book? Which one you want?
No, Kitty's got a pretty good extensive on with seizure stuff. I think she was telling me. There's only certain and Teresa can help with this one too. There's certain oils that they can't have. We want to order some oils for us and the animals. Okay, well, email me and we'll get in touch with you. Book says I can use clary sage. Clary sage is good for seizures. But what else? All the stuff that's in it. I picked up peppermint one night by mistake. I remember Rebecca told me about this too. She said she put it in by accident and it burnt her up. She was not happy with that. Let's see. I mix it with coconut oil before I put it in bath salts. What I normally do is I take the Epsom salts and I put it in there and I mix it around and I let it sit for a little while and then I put it in when I do it. Even with foot baths, like that's what Anita said, that her husband did a foot bath and they would put the Epsom salts in there for that. So I've not it was just an article I ran across and something about absorption or something. I may go back and look and see if I can find that article and see if we can start a discussion on that.
I like discussions. Can I be a part?
As long as it's not in a millennial group.
No, it's not.
Rosemary, fennel, sage, eucalyptus, hyssop. Okay. So, are any of those on the... I don't think so. Fennel's not in there, is it? I don't know. I know that I absolutely love that oil, but I don't... I probably need to commit to memory what the... there you go. So, that's a good idea. So, Suburban says she mixes the lavender and Epsom salts and then stores it in a mason jar. And that makes sense. So, I could take fennel. So, yes, fennel. So, if it has fennel in it, I mean, that might be... Now, Teresa has epilepsy, and she has seizures, but she can use fennel. So, I don't know. And the other argument is that with it being such a blend, is it going to, would it trigger a seizure? I really don't know. Now, that, how long would the salt last? If it's in a jar, I mean, I think it would last indefinitely, wouldn't you? I don't know. I would think it would be... in my opinion, I would think that stuff, you would use it before it went out of... before it wasn't useful anymore. Yeah, I saw that. So what? Well, she said that those are the oils that are in the clary comb. So the only one that I see in there that could possibly be an issue would be fennel. But if you look at that blend, it's a ton of stuff. Ton of oils. So depending on the concentration, it might not be an issue. You could always dilute it. If you wanted to, you could just try the clary sage. I mean, that's, and there are other oils that work, just as well for same situations. You can always swap stuff out. Okay, so peppermint. What do people use peppermint for? What do you use peppermint for?
Insect repellent.
Insect repellent.
In my raised beds.
And also for mice.
My GERD.
Okay, so you can put it on a cotton ball. Let's see, hide your breath. Yes, you can definitely use it to refresh your breath.
Ringworm.
Ringworm.
Well, that's what we do with Carol.
But not peppermint. We used Melaleuca.
Vertigo. Where did vertigo?
Let's see, peppermint.
Depression.
Other bugs don't like peppermint. Tea tree oil is, tea tree is for bug repellent.
Now, I'm looking at all these things that says medical uses in this book.
Uh-huh.
I'm just going to read them off. I can't read the first one. Antibacterial, antifungal.
The first one's analgesic. So that's why peppermint is in deep blue. It is an analgesic. It helps for relieving pain.
Anti-inflammatory.
Right. So that also.
Antimicrobial, antiseptic, asthma, depression.
Mm-hmm.
Something with an E.
Let me see.
Fatigue,
Let me
fever.
see. E. Expectorant. That's lung butter.
Okay. Fatigue, fever, flagellants, headache, indigestion, insecticide, insect repellent, internal parasites, mental awareness, muscle pain and stiffness, nausea, ringworm, scabies, a sedative, sinus infections, sunburn, and vertigo. But none of them say what's the main thing that we use it for in the summertime.
Go ahead. Tell everybody what we use peppermint for in the summertime.
We use it to cool ourselves.
We do. just like how we were talking about how like Suburban and Jason both had an experience with peppermint in the bathtub. When we're out in the garden in the middle of the summer and it's hotter than Hades outside, we will put a spray bottle and we put a couple of drops of peppermint, shake it up real good, and then we can spray each other with it. And that actually helps to cool us off. So that's something to consider using it for. That's one of the ones we do. Now, Teresa's right too. Peppermint pushes oils into the body better. So like if you layer some stuff and then put peppermint on it, it helps drive the oils deeper down into the muscles and so on and so forth to help with, you know, whether it's especially with pain. If you have Deep Blue and you use that, like especially the lotion, if you use the rub, the Deep Blue rub, you can take peppermint oil and put it on top of that and it'll help get that rub deeper down into the muscles to help with pain and soreness and things like that. So is that a sexy massage oil then? I don't know. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so you basically you take like a regular, I mean this isn't a Windex bottle, but like you can even take like a 20-ounce bottle and find a spray that'll screw onto the bottle, fill it with water, and then put a little bit of peppermint oil in, but just make sure that you shake it up pretty good because the oils will float to the top. So if you shake it up real good and then kind of spray it on yourself, it definitely helps with that. Rocky Brook wants to know if you're sleepy, Jason.
No, I'm good.
Only when your skin is completely fried, or me at least. Hey, Amanda, what's up? Jason got called out in Walmart about yarn being yarn again. Anyway. Okay. So, I'm trying to think of what else we use peppermint. So, Jason gets hiccups so bad that it makes him lose his breath and can make him physically feel sick. And he uses peppermint and also cedarwood, he has found, works really good to stop those hiccups, the uncontrollable hiccups, before they get to that point. As long as it's not something like if he gets something stuck and then the body starts producing hiccups to get rid of it. They don't sell it. She is busting your chops about us not making it to DeKalb Farmers Market this weekend.
Why is she busting my chops?
It's your fault.
No, how is it my fault?
It's your fault because you didn't get the sheep sheared. Just saying.
It rained.
She's picking on you. Look, this is what she posted earlier. She tagged you in something. You have to see it. It was really funny. It's his fault because yarn. Yep, that's it. Dare I say, Digest Zen chewable tabs for heartburn. If you could take the mintiness. Okay, so yeah, those work pretty good for most people. Some people don't like that chalky, you know, whatever. So, Digest Zen has peppermint in it. Another really good one for indigestion, believe it or not, is ginger. You can use ginger and peppermint as well. Another thing we use peppermint for, the daughters, or our daughters can get
Carsick.
Yeah, carsick. And so we just keep a bottle of peppermint around so that when they start to get motion sickness, they can inhale it and it soothes their stomach pretty quickly. Doesn't Digest Zen help for nausea? Yeah, it can. Okay, Robin question. What would help my girl? She has lupus and the butterfly mask. She hates it. I don't know what the butterfly mask is. I'm getting blocked as we speak. She says, you're not getting blocked. I just got to figure out a way to get up there. I just really do. Got to figure it out. Because, I mean, Rebecca, you make a really valid point. It's an international market.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you, we will have to come up there before we do Japanese. Because the girls want to do sushi one night, and they have a lot of really good stuff up there for that.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Nothing, just blocking people.
You did not block her.
Blocked her from your Facebook because you handed me your phone, not mine.
No, you did not. You better not have. That's not cool.
No, I didn't block her.
Suburban, if I didn't get blocked for the soldier comment, you're safe. That's true.
That's
pretty true.
That's very true.
Pretty true.
Yep. But
All
now everybody has to have their messages approved before it goes on my timeline. So everybody thank
Really
Amanda
funny.
for that.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Amanda.
Amanda.
Okay, so we got peppermint. Anybody else have any other good... Oh, another one we didn't talk about. Peppermint is really, really, really good for... No. Hot flashes. Right, baby?
Sure.
So we take peppermint. If I
But I don't ever
get...
get hot flashes.
If I ever wake up in the middle of the night and I'm freaking out because I'm hot and I'm too lazy to go into the kitchen and stick my head in the freezer, I'll take peppermint oil, and I can usually get myself to kind of cool off a little bit with some peppermint oil. So that's another good one. Holiday cooking. That's another one. I make some killer Thin Mints using peppermint oil. And I'll tell you one thing that we found, and if you didn't watch the... Wait, now you tell me. I told you that, Suburban. I have said that before, that peppermint is really good for that. Let's see. I'm too young for hot flashes. I think I'm in perimenopause. I'm 40. Yeah. Some people, look, Amanda, some people can't tolerate the peppermint in the bathtub. Or in the bathtub, because like you said, it's like bathing in icy hot. Some people can do that, some people can't. I'm not 40 yet and I get hot flashes. Yeah, some people get them early. Rock's Corner, hello. There was somebody else up here. Oh, holiday cooking. We were talking about the Thin Mints. I found that, because I made several batches before I did the video that I did for it, and I found out that after playing around with the recipe a little bit, that what really made it taste almost exactly like the Girl Scout cookies was putting the peppermint oil not only in the cookie mix, but also putting it in the chocolate that you dip the cookies in. So that's what gave it that extra pepperminty kind of taste. So that's another thing you can use peppermint oil for. Let me think. What else can you use peppermint oil for? It's got to be something else. I said analgesic, so any time you're sore, working out muscles, that kind of thing, that works good. All right, let's pick another one. What's another one? What are you doing? What's another one? Y'all should name your next Sal Peppermint Patty.
I don't think you need to say anything out loud, but...
Okay. Teresa, I got your message. I'm going to look into it and I'll find out for you what I can. Jasmine, clove. Jasmine, I haven't used jasmine yet. I've smelled it, and it smells divine. Okay, Melaleuca. Melaleuca's a good one. What can you use? What do people use for Melaleuca?
The cure boo boo.
Let's see.
To fix a boo boo.
Fix a boo-boo. Okay, skincare. That's a general, yeah. It is good for the skin, but you gotta be careful.
Didn't you say it kills the herpes?
I can't say that. I can't say that. What I can say is it can be used in treatment.
I thought
Of
you said that
symptoms.
in one of your classes.
No, I can't say that. How big of a boo-boo? Well, I use it for mosquito bites. I like it with mosquito bites because it stings just a little, and so it replaces the itch of the, but not like hurt. It has a different, like a different feeling. So I use Melaleuca for that. I use Melaleuca, and you were talking about the hurt. For fever blister or a cold sore, which is
That
basically
hurts.
the same thing. If I feel it coming, I can usually take Melaleuca and put it on there, and it'll usually slow it down and make it not, like I gashed my leg on a string line. I would use lavender and probably frankincense if you had it. But definitely lavender because it's antibacterial, so it's going to help kill any kind of bacteria from that string line. The frankincense really helps with the healing process. Let's see. Yeah, but lavender, I would definitely use lavender. I wouldn't use peppermint because that would burn. You could use Melaleuca as long as you're not like for instance, Terry asked me about her daughter with eczema, and I don't know that I would recommend using Melaleuca for eczema just because of how, at least with me, when I use Melaleuca, I feel like it naturally kind of dries stuff out. So I don't think using Melaleuca on eczema would be, I think it would be counterproductive. So, and if you were to use it, I would definitely dilute it, but I told her we'd use lavender, and that seemed to be helping a lot, and it also had dual purpose as well, to kind of calm her down. Antifungal.
Yeah, didn't we use Melaleuca on my athlete's foot?
Yes. Yes, we have definitely used Melaleuca. Can't Melaleuca be put into soap? Yes. And in that situation, that might not be a bad compromise, maybe, depending on your mixture. Yes, thyme works good for fungal issues too. Yes, that is very true. Let's see.
Can I get a whoop whoop?
What else can you use Melaleuca for?
You want me to look it up?
No, it's good for bug repellent. It's got a lot of uses. Tea tree is good for, almost just about anything. What does Melaleuca say for you? It might be under tea tree in there. Cleaning, okay. Yeah, I could see where you could use it for cleaning. Thyme and lavender work well for eczema. Okay, so I know lavender, and that's what she's using right now is lavender. Cleaning. Cuts, viruses,
We don't have it in
bacteria.
this
I
one.
put tea tree lotion on my feet and put socks on. Love that stuff. It's really good for antifungal stuff. Ear infections. Right, but now remember, when you're doing it on ear infections, you want to put it behind the ear. You don't want to put it in the ear.
Tea tree. Wow.
Yeah, you can use it for
Abscesses,
just about
acne, analgesic, animal bite, antibacterial,
antibacterial.
antifungal, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, antiseptic,
Yeah.
Antiviral, arthritis, athlete's foot, bed sores, boils, bronchitis, burn, cold, cough, cradle cap,
Yes.
dandruff.
That's a good point. Dandruff, it's good for dandruff too. If you put it in with some coconut oil, it's supposed to help with
That's
dandruff
what
as
Blaze
well.
used, isn't it?
I think so.
Dental health.
Yeah. But there's better
diaper
oils
rash, disinfectant,
expectorant.
expectorant, the flu,
Mm-hmm.
fungicide, jock itch,
Well, and that's a
immune stimulant, insecticide, insect repellent, internal parasite, laryngitis, oily hair, oily skin, rash, ringworm, sinus infection, skin tags. Get the
See, now that's the thing. It was talking about oily skin. The reason why Melaleuca is good for oily skin is what I was telling you, is it kind of dries things out. And it's also good for acne for that same reason. It helps get rid of all of that oil. So that's the thing, is like going back to eczema, I just don't think it would be a good idea to use it for eczema.
sunburn,
Yes.
thrush, warts, whooping cough, and
Wounds. Definitely for wounds.
Definitely.
That's why Melaleuca's, I mean, it's common to see it just about anywhere for cuts and scrapes. I know nothing hurts more than like scraping your knee up real bad and then putting Melaleuca on it. But, if you take that Melaleuca and put it on there, one, it's going to keep everything from getting it's an antibacterial, antiviral, and antiseptic, so you're going to clean out all of the nasty stuff that might be in that cut to begin with and kill anything that's going to be in there. And then it's also going to help with the skin for healing as well. Would it be good for using on a weeping sore? I would think so, yes. I would think that it would help.
But do you think it would comfort it?
I don't know that it would comfort it, but what you could do is...
Well, I mean, it's weeping, so, I mean, you gotta stop it from crying.
But what you could do is you could put lavender with it as well. And that's also an antibacterial, so that would help as well with that. Teresa wants to know what book you're looking at. That's the book that I featured the first week we did our...
I'm not telling
Talk.
her.
yeah. So...
I'm telling her.
Can you take Melaleuca internally? Don't mind me. I'm just here to be... you can, okay, so that's a bonus question. Suburban, maybe you know the answer to this. There was an argument back and forth about this, and why was it?
Well, look at me, Vato. I just work here.
You should know. You were the one that got sick. But it wasn't from the oil, remember? We said Melaleuca can be ingested. You can ingest Melaleuca as far as I know. I'm checking just to be certain. But Jason tried it. And it was fine and everything. Oh, just stirring the pot. Yeah, you can take it internally. But it's not a pleasant taste at all. It's pretty nasty. So, but that's a good suggestion. If you mix it with citrus oil, it wouldn't taste as bad. That would make sense. Tea tree oil is also, or Melaleuca is also very good for purifying the air, just like how we were talking about with lemon oil. You can, not that you'd want to, because I'm really not fond of the smell of Melaleuca, but you could diffuse it, and to help kill bacteria in the air and stuff. So that's another way to use it. Hey there, freedom loving people. Forging Freedom podcast channel. That's another one that's new. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Okay, so let's see Jason taste it. We're all, yeah. Well, you guys were live for that, remember? Because that was the night that he got super, super, super pale. And then everybody, while we were driving to, because we were debating back and forth about taking you to the doctor. And
It's always me.
I know, poor baby. Yes, I remember that he had to go to the ER. Yeah, but it didn't have anything to do with the oil. We verified that. It didn't have anything to do with that.
Okay, next oil.
Told him not to taste it. Okay, let's see.
No, book is mine. This is how I'm participating in the class.
Okay, let's pick another one. How about we talk about... Somebody said clove. Cherokee Man. Hello, Cherokee Man. We'll do marjoram next, Mark.
Clove. Let's see.
Clove oil. What does everybody use for clove oil for? Yes, clove is in On Guard. What is clove good for?
Aging skin. Antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, antiseptic, antiviral, asthma, bronchitis, dental health, diarrhea, cha-cha-cha.
So everybody is, you're not seeing this, but all I'm seeing is toothache. And that's so true. Clove works absolutely wonderfully for a toothache. Gums, swollen gums, bleeding gums, anything like that.
Insecticide, insect repellent, intestinal parasites, muscle pain, stiffness, rheumatoidism, scabies, skin problems, toothache, and vomiting.
Clove oil is good for getting that Department of the Navy stain off of your DD-214.
Chill on that for 300 seconds. I haven't been able to do that in a while.
Okay, don't get it on your tongue. Well, I mean, you can get it on your tongue. It'll burn a little bit, but pure clove oil kills the tooth nerves and don't taste good, but it works. That is exactly right. Yes, you don't get clove, and that's the thing. So be very careful if you get it near your eyes. If you do that, all you need to do is get some coconut oil, vegetable oil, whatever, canola, olive. And if you put it down here or put it up over your eyebrows, it'll pull the oil out of your eye. And it works really well. You can almost feel it, just the relief, almost instantly. Because that's happened to me.
It's like when you put a paratrooper in timeout.
I've actually had peppermint get in my eye, and I mean, like, screaming hurt. And then when you put that, you know, it helps get it out of there. So that was good.
300 seconds.
I'm going to start doing videos just so I can put Jason in timeout.
I ain't put anybody in timeout in a long, long time.
I was just going to say, it's been a long time.
That's because Wayne don't come around. As soon as Wayne comes in, if Wayne ever comes back in, I'm just putting him right back in timeout. I miss doing that.
As soon as he comes in the room.
As soon as he comes in the room, he's going in timeout. It's been... You have really been taking that away from me. Not letting me do that. It used to be the fun part of the show, was just seeing how long people could go before I could put them in timeout.
I think when we went through that crap with all the trolls, I just got timed out. Sick of timeout, so I was just so tired of all that stuff. Hold my beer. Alright. Been in kitty jail many times. Yep. Go sit in the corner. Okay, so we were talking about clove. What else can you use clove for besides a toothache?
Vomiting.
Okay, for nausea and vomiting. Okay. Does clove oil tighten skin?
Do not use it if you're pregnant. Do not use it if you have cancer. Not safe for children under 6.
May cause skin irritation. So this is another one. Clove oil is kind of a hot oil. So you want to make sure that you dilute it if you're going to put it on your skin. So
Kind of like that timeout button.
That's back when you did that other really fun live stream. Uh-oh.
Which one is that? Is it the one where, is that the one where we caught the mouse?
Probably. Anyway. We use it for for numbing a bad cut. Right, so that's another good one. Sore throat, yes. Thanksgiving ham, absolutely, you could. I have, I did it last year.
Did we inject?
No, I put it in the bottom. I put water in the bottom of the roasting pan, and I put clove, rosemary, oregano, a couple other things, even some cinnamon, I think.
You notice how Amanda's not talking right now? I bet Amanda is dying laughing right now.
He probably put her in timeout. Clove oil burns my skin, but oregano does not. So remember, just because one bothers doesn't mean it won't. Right. Exactly. And don't ever put it on your armpit.
Make a joke. That was oregano, not clove. Thank you.
Right, but she said oregano doesn't burn her. So, anyway. Okay. I'm trying to think what we've used clove for. We've used it for, mainly for cooking and for toothache and gum issues and things like that. Let's see. When I mixed oregano with lotion and put it on my feet, they didn't get warm at all. Demonstrate, please, right now.
Yes. I still got the skin tag.
I'm gonna rip them off.
It's alright, you can rip them off if you want to, but you ain't touching me with no oregano.
You gotta sleep sometime.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That's funny. Okay, let's do one more, and then I'm gonna go inside and see just how bad it is in the kitchen. How would you apply or use it for a sore throat? I would gargle with it if it were me. I would put it in some water and I would gargle with it.
Wouldn't you just rub it on your throat?
I mean, you could put it on the outside. You know, could you make a tea? I mean, I just don't know. I would think that
you can smoke it.
Clove would be really, really strong. Uh-oh. Doesn't show me the timer when I try to type anymore. I love him. He's awesome. Anyway, let's see. Can you take it internally? Yes, you can, but you would definitely have to dilute it. So.
Any suggestions for restless leg syndrome, Mrs. Old Camp Ridge?
You answered that one because you basically got that with your
wintergreen.
Wintergreen.
What else you put on there? Clove.
Ginger.
Cedarwood. What's up, CD?
I wouldn't recommend like the peppermints or the deep. I don't know about deep blue. I'm really funny about deep blue. I have a reaction to deep blue that some people don't. I used to, a long time ago, when I would work a lot on my feet, I would come home and my feet would hurt. And I would use deep blue on my feet. And it makes my feet feel like somebody is just scraping the bottom of my feet. And then my feet feel like they are literally on fire.
And see, I'm the complete opposite. I would rather you put when I'm having a bad back day, instead of putting that lidocaine patch on, because I don't feel like that lidocaine patch does anything for me, I would rather you put the deep blue on me.
Right. Now, Copaiba is a good one too. We use Copaiba a lot. Put a bar of soap under the sheets for restless legs? I've never heard that before. What all can deep blue do? No, deep blue, well, you can mix it with lotion, yes, if you want. But they have something called a deep blue rub. It's like $40-ish, but it's worth every penny if you ask me, because a little bit, like, I mean, the size of not even the size of a dime, smaller than a dime, almost like pea size. It works wonders. And you can ask Josh. He was having some issues not too long ago, and I was following his post, and I just put on there, I knew he was using the deep blue because he said something about the deep blue, and so I just mentioned, I said, hey, you know, if you would layer the peppermint on top of that deep blue, it'll really drive that stuff down, and it'll really help with those sore muscles. And it really does, y'all. I mean, it's life-changing. It definitely, if you've got sore, overworked, overused muscles, it definitely helps. So
we know that wasn't the case with Josh.
Kitty says Deep Blue has 3 types. There's a lotion, a roller ball, and the oil. So they help with muscle aches, cramps, pain, that kind of stuff.
Just don't take Benadryl.
Now, Mark uses it all the time. I know he uses it because he purchased it from me, and he absolutely loves it. Now, one thing I'll tell you that he did that I thought was extremely smart, instead of buying the big tube and possibly not being able to use it because he didn't like it or whatever, doTERRA sells sample boxes that are very small, like 1 ounce things or whatever it is, and you can get a couple of those, and it's not nearly as expensive. Try it, see how it works, and then, you know, if you don't, then you're not out the full whatever the tube was. Arthritis in your knee, Deep Blue would work tremendously for that. I've used it when my wrists really start to hurt. That's what I use for my wrists.
Now, Michelle says, what about when your back pain is so bad that the Deep Blue does not even touch it? Well, that's where the layering comes in.
Right.
You put the Deep Blue on with some peppermint, and then put the wintergreen, and then...
Or you can do a triple threat, which is what Kitty, I think, was talking about. You can take and put the lotion on, then put the Deep Blue oil on, and then put the peppermint on. Another thing is that, Michelle, sometimes you have to swap it up a little. And then, yeah, the pills, I know the pills are a little pricey.
But they work.
But they work tremendously. And I'll tell you, if you're not on Lifelong Vitality Pack.
She is.
You should be. And if you are, Michelle, then what you probably need to do is when you're customizing your LLV, you can go in and get the Deep Blue pills a lot cheaper. So you might want to try those just to see if they work for you, because I know they work for Jason. And they've worked for Blaze since his accident. He's taken a couple and they work really well. So I know you didn't want to hear that, but anyway.
Fool better have mama money.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, that the Deep Blue rub, I know it's a little expensive, but it's like I said.
But they have specials all the time. They got buy one get one.
Well, and we just had one where the Terry, the best thing for that, in my opinion, the Clary Calm works wonders for cramps like that. My knees hurt every day since January. I would definitely try the Deep Blue Suburban. I think I still have some of the small packets. I can mail you some. If I have them. I'll check tonight and see if I have them. If I do, I'll mail them to you. I'm thinking about getting some Deep Blue for hubby. I'm telling you, that stuff, and then if you have peppermint oil, between the two of them together, I mean, Josh said it perfectly. It's life-changing. It definitely gives you another pain management option without, Lifelong Vitality Pack, something new? No. I just don't talk about it a lot.
Which we should.
I did do a show on it. You can go back and look at it. But it's 3 sets of pills, and actually Jason takes them every day. And There's 3 sets. There's one. This is the Alpha CRS, which is a cellular vitality complex, and then the Microplex, which is a food nutrient. I always get this backwards. Here you go. Food nutrient complex. And then this last one is the EO Omega, and it's the essential oils omega complex. There. And these are fantastic. Jason, his pain used to be so bad that at times
it put me in a depression.
It really did. It lowered his mood.
Lowered my esteem, my self-esteem, depression.
Yeah.
Very irritable.
Right.
I tried them, and it, you know, and a lot of people say, now here's the one thing that I'll say about them. Everybody at all the conferences and stuff that we went to with doTERRA, everybody said that they didn't realize the change that the Lifelong Vitality had in their life until they stopped taking it.
Right.
With me, on the other hand, it was within a minute, 45 seconds to a minute, I felt a change. Now, my pain was very high, and then mixtured with my PTSD and everything.
Michelle says, I'm right there with you. My kids tell me I'm a much nicer person to be around. I'll give you a perfect example. I don't know how many of y'all have been with us for however long, but when we had the truck, it broke down. We had a moment of like 2 or 3 times we had to take the truck back and forth to the to get it checked, and we had just gone and picked up the truck and was coming home, and it acted up again. And then we sat on the side of the road for 6 hours waiting for the tow truck to come get us.
And she wouldn't even make out with me.
And normally, in a situation like that, at some point Jason would have gotten irritable. I mean, he would have been snippy, and anybody would have. Anybody would have. He would have been back and forth. But he was never like that. He was calm. He was joking. He talked to a police officer, talked to us for a little while. He was pleasant. He never got frustrated, frazzled, none of that. The whole time we were sitting there. And I mean, it was like, what, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning
I got
before we
frustrated.
got home? Yeah, because I wouldn't make out with you.
Because I wanted to make out. We had no kids. It was dark on the side of the road. I wanted some kissy time.
Yeah. So, now, one thing, yeah, when you're in pain, stress makes it worse. That's exactly right. But what we noticed is also his issues with his discs in his back. His issues with nerve pain were fewer and far between. You don't have them near as often as well. So there's a lot of things.
See, Teresa knows.
Yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So that's one of those things. Like, we're not really. Before we started buying these, we didn't have the money to buy these. We really didn't. doTERRA has a thing. If you buy it, and you doesn't work for you, they'll refund your money. What happens a lot of times with people is they try it for a month and they don't feel like anything's changed, and then they call doTERRA and they say, hey, I want my money back because this stuff didn't work. And then what happens is doTERRA cuts them the check and they get off of it, and then they realize that they made a mistake because it actually did make a difference. They just didn't realize because they had a new normal. And that's what happens a lot of times with people. So what I tell people is that with these, we still can't afford these. But what I do is I make enough sales a month with my doTERRA to make sure that I can cover these. It's basically what I strive to do. I don't strive to do any more than that. Just so much that I can make sure, because I get a few little bonuses here and there, and that's what pays for these. That's what covers it. We've been blessed so far that we haven't had to really come out of pocket too much. But, so that's where we're at. Okay, any last minute questions before we get ready to leave for the evening? Yes, like, yeah, a huge difference. I mean, it's made a big difference in Jason. I really don't want to.
I would have never been able to get the job with the post office without that lifelong vitality pack.
And I wouldn't want to see what he would be like if he. Well, actually, I take that back. Hold on a minute. He did stop taking them. He stopped taking them when the truck got wrecked. And originally, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's a stressful situation. So any of the blow ups and things like that were just normal, in my opinion, because it was stressed the heck out, you know. But then after about a week, and this is really funny, my daughters came up to me and they said, Mom, Dad's not taking his pills. And he's not taking his frankincense and his copaiba in the morning. And I was like, okay, and? And they're like, he has to start taking his pills again. He's a much nicer person when he's taking his pills. So we kind of pushed him back into, you need to get back on your lifelong. So we've seen that happen. We've seen that shift. Okay, Teresa, you can get with me. My back pain was getting pretty bad, but almost entirely vanished after I put my 40-pound 2-year-old son on my lower back and ran up and down the... Yes, I now go to bed around 10:30, 11. Automatically wake up without alarms at 5, and I feel great. Yep. Yeah, let's see. Sounds like I'd be... You might want to consider it, Josh. I'll tell you, Jason's...
No, B-Lady, you'll have to contact... Just send us an email.
Yeah, send me an email, and we'll take care of it. We'll help you out. The thing is that this approaches your whole health. I mean, the whole body. And so it's providing you with the nutrients that you don't normally get in your food. So that's one thing. It helps with cellular repair. So a lot of different things that might be wrong in the body and deficient in the body, it helps to repair that kind of stuff. And then that's what that one is. And then you have all of the different essential oils that, you know, can be helpful in repairing the body, pain, things like that, that are in there as well. So this is one of those things. If you haven't tried them, it might be worth trying just to give it a try. And like I said, if it doesn't work, doTERRA will gladly give you your money back.
Hit me up tomorrow, Josh. I'll tell you all about it.
Yeah. I had, my upline kept telling me, you really need to try. You both really need to be on that. You need to be on it. And eventually, if we can afford it, we'll go to 2 packs. But right now, we can't swing 2.
What would you recommend diffusing for my son? He just had his wisdom teeth removed on Thursday, and the pain meds are not helping 100%. Definitely lavender.
Yeah, lavender would help. Soothing.
And that would be one of those that I would put some oils underneath his face. What do you think about this one? What do you think about this one? Because it's different for everybody when you're
something
when
that soothes them. Yeah. As far as pain goes, especially with something dental, I would almost think diluting a little bit of clove oil topically might help too.
And putting it on his skin?
No, like where he's had them. Yeah, I'm thinking clove. Another one, when I've had mine issues, and Kitty's mixture is a little bit different than mine, but I use clove, cinnamon, and peppermint. She uses clove, cinnamon, peppermint, and helichrysum. Yeah, I've been running clove, copaiba with peppermint. If he can use any of the oils that you have internally, clove, oil pulling and adding clove, yeah, you could probably do that. That would probably be good. A matter of fact, Rebecca, that's probably exactly what I would tell her to do. I always forget about oil pulling, but if you put some coconut oil and then some clove oil in with that and basically swish that around back and forth, that would probably I didn't stick around to see the results of my blood work at the VA, and they just started sending me dietary supplements. I looked at what they sent, and I thought, why didn't you just tell me to eat more spinach? I know, right? Like, so bad.
Because they want us on pills.
Pills, yeah. So, yeah, so Green Gables, that might be, he's not going to put any in his mouth. He's stubborn like his dad. Well, I mean, I guess the thing I would say, Jennifer, is if he's in that much pain, it might change his mind. I mean, it might be, just try this. Just try it.
Just try it. Suck it up, Buttercup.
But I use peppermint, clove, and cinnamon together with a little bit of water, and then I swish it around, and that numbs everything for me. Because especially because all three of those are kind of hot-ish oils, so they definitely help analgesic properties. So, yeah, so Kitty's used for an abscess, she's used clove and helichrysum. Helichrysum's also a really good one for that.
But that one's expensive.
It is expensive, but it's definitely, you know. I mean, I guess the thing with pain, to me, is a lot of times that's got to be topical. I just don't know how powerful just diffusing it is going to help. Started using peppermint with coconut oil on my gums when they get sore. Yeah.
Now, as we all know, a lot of things are heating up around the world. You've got the economic war that we're in with
China.
With China right now. Japan is starting to call up old military units, reactivating certain military units that they haven't been active since World War II. I'm also believe 100% that because we have become an antibiotic dependent world, that the reason why we have superbugs and the flu is getting worse every year and this is getting worse every year, it is because we have overly used the antibiotics. And we have come so far away, because pharmaceuticals started by trying to mimic what the herbs and food did for us. So I think we've gotten so far away from that. That's the reason why these oils and a lot of natural remedies work the way that they work. Is because we have moved so far away from them with our synthetic antibiotics and pills and everything, that as these bugs and these illnesses have evolved over time and become resistant to antibiotics and become resistant to this other stuff, that they forgot these bugs. It's kind of like the appendix in the human body. When we learned how to cook, we don't need the appendix anymore because we don't really have to digest raw meat anymore.
Unless you like carpaccio.
So we can do without the appendix. So there's going to be parts in the bugs that are like, well, you know, nobody really uses peppermint anymore. We can do without that. And after so many generations with that bug, they just forgot about it. And then all of a sudden, bammo, they come and get in this household and we nail them with peppermint and it's gone like that. So I say all of that. I say all of that to say this. These things might be things that you want to stock up on, because unless you pop the top, they're good for forever. I like ammo cans. I will put essential oils in ammo cans and put it in my root cellar.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'll bury it in different places throughout my ways to different locations. Because they can do so many things. You know, just like a lot of us...
PVC cash, that's another, yeah.
Just like a lot of us, we live in areas where we can't grow citrus.
Mm-hmm.
Anything ever happened, citrus naturally stops what?
Scurvy.
Wasn't waiting for you to answer that. Right? So scurvy. So if something happens and we can't get citrus anymore, but you stocked up on lemon, wild orange, lime, grapefruit, all these essential oils, and you just put a couple of drops in your water every day, you ain't got to worry about scurvy.
Mm-hmm. Isn't there a trade war going on? Does doTERRA come from the U.S.? Yes.
Yes, doTERRA.
But, okay, so doTERRA is a United States, they're actually an international company. They're all over the world. They get suppliers from all over the world. So, as far as I know, so far, there has not been any issues with that.
We don't really get much from China.
But they deal, I don't think they, well, I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to that. But I know that they seem to do fairly well with getting stuff back and forth. We haven't seen anything where that's been an issue. There are other foods that can give you a supply of vitamin C, yes.
Okay, well, we got about 3 minutes till Alderman Farms come on until it's time for the dead.
So we're going to go ahead and...
We're going to go ahead and
sign
say
off.
goodnight. Remember the contest that's going on? Make your seed starter containers. Pictures on
Instagram, Facebook.
We'll put the names in the hat like we did last time. Remember, be kind to one another. Even if they're a paratrooper, still be nice to them. You don't know what they may be going through.
Been putting time out.
You know, paratroopers may still have a little bit of envy that they weren't Marines. It's okay. They have to just work through it. Not everybody can be a Marine. So be kind to one another. Say hello to a stranger. Just say hello.
Smile.
Smile. Remember, reuse, recycle, repurpose. Let's keep those things out of the landfill and keep our earth going clean.
I'm sorry. That was funny. If it's a Marine, you know, whatever they're going through, it isn't a book.
We love you guys. And we'll see you next week.
Bye, y'all. Have a good evening.